Hi friends, today I'm making a toucan bookmark with some ripped canvas that I've had. Sometimes when you buy canvases in the packages, a few of them, or one in the front is ripped at the store, and I get a deal off of the whole thing if I buy them, because then I get a package of, like, say 5 canvases, one's ripped on the front, but then I could use them to make some bookmarks. So that's what I do. I cut them up, I take them apart off the frame, and I make bookmarks. So I like to do these bookmarks, and then I donate them to my local library, and they sell them for children programs for the library. So I think that's pretty cool. And sometimes I also give them away and stuff like that to my friends and whatnot. So I'm just mixing a little bit of let's see, gel medium to my paints here to make them a little thicker. And so what I have is DecoArts Americana Premium paints. I'm using the charcoal black there, which I'm painting right now on the body of a toucan. And I also have the center, which is a sap green. The outer edge is the cadmium red hue, if I could say that correctly, I don't know. Cobalt blue teal. Then the yellow is the primary yellow, and that's what I have out right now. I also take out some burnt umber, I believe. Yes. I also have some white there, and you can't see it, but it is a translucent white. And that's the colors I have out for this toucan. I also touch up a little bit of a tad of cadmium orange hue for the beak. I was mixing the color oranges, and I just wanted a little brighter orange, and I just didn't want to play with it anymore. And it was just so little that I needed. I didn't really want to mix much to make a huge amount. So I played with it like that. Sorry, my phone's making noises at me. So I decided to paint my toucan first before I did my background. I have a pre-gessoed canvas, and I thought that was good. I didn't add any more gesso. I'm working on his beak there, and I know he's got his beak off the bookmark, but hey, it happens. I kind of thought, well, I was just going to go with the flow where his beak was coming off instead of changing positions. So I just went for it. It made it look different. So I had a little trouble with the beak, but I just kept going back and forth, just getting that blue. I wanted a little bit of the green in there, and the orange wasn't popping, so that's what I mean by I had to actually just grab the orange out of the bottle. The cadmium, yes, orange hue. So he's got a nice little yellow bib, and I'm just working on that and throwing in a little bit of white in there to make it look fluffy feathers, make it nice and big. His chest is puffed out. I add a little bit more later on with the black body, but I'm just wanting to put my branch and all that kind of stuff in there after, and then fill it in afterwards. So he looks a little thin on the bottom side, but I fill it in a little bit more. I'm making some nice cool wispy branches in the background and ivy, vines type of things. So I'm just filling in a little bit of green background, and I'm using very different chunky greens. I'm not mixing my colors in very well. I'm using the sap. I mixed in a little yellow, and I'm even mixing in a little yellow to my cobalt teal hue. I want to make tons of different greens because the jungle forest type of thing, I wanted lots of green tones in the background. And here I am now working on his beak again, getting that there. I had to open that bottle. That orange was not satisfying me. So just continuing with his beak, and yeah, so I wanted to make a nice green background. I was going to paint another toucan coming up from the bottom, so I left it blank, but then I ended up just leaving the one guy in there. I want. I was going to paint another one, just kind of his beak just coming right up and having a little eyeball and beak up kind of view, and I thought, no, I don't want to cover the bottom part of my other guy. I like the way the branch was sitting and stuff, so I decided against it. So I'm just doing this around his eyes there, and I'm using the cobalt teal and just going back in with a little bit of this color, that color, a little yellow, a little white, and just trying to make it realistic. And here is him fluffing him up, fluffing his bottom up. I add a little blue or that teal to his feet, because their feet are not really black, they're feet. They're feet. There's birds have feet. There is my vines, jungle vines, and then I am just mixing up some different greens for my foliage there after I get the branch in there better the way I want. So, and I just continue with my colors, and if I feel it's a little dark spot, I'll go lighter with my green and yellows. There I'm doing some there up on the bottom of the bird there and on the end of the branch. I'm just throwing some wispy foliage in there, nothing that you can actually recognize, just something cute. He's quite whimsical. Just throwing some in there, lightening it up if I need to, or darkening up each leaf if I need to, do a little strip of darkness. I also like to add a little white in the background, like some sun or something like that is shining through some of the jungle, so I do that as well with the translucent white. And that's a little bit further in here. And there I'm doing a little bit of white here and there I'm doing that little spark of sun coming through, and the top of their beak has quite a bit of light hitting from the sun, so I just lighten that up, and that's about that. I do use a Posca pen as well to go around the edges in black and white, and I'm just doing around his beak a bit here, and then I do the white around the yellow part of his bib, and sign my name in Posca, just much easier, especially on a small bookmark. First I go around in the black. I don't go over the beak. I go over everything else except for the beak. And then I go over a little bit with the white edge. And then he's done. Voila! I spray it at the end. You don't see me spray it. I spray it at the end with acrylic sealer finish, and that's the matte. It's got enough sheen in there as it is. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.